welcome back to another broadcast.
LA County has lifted their outdoor mask mandate. In LAUSD, you're still required to wear a face covering indoors, in the classrooms, and in the hallways.
What are you listening to?
I'm listening to True Story by Rod Wave. Stop in my thoughts, guess that's what I get for thinking.
Listening to?
I'm listening to that Rod Wave.
What song?
Oh, By Your Side.
Okay, let's switch the subject.
What are you listening to?
Let's see. Remember Sleepwalking?
What are you listening to?
Listen to that little baby.
What song?
Get ugly.
Yeah, bankroll getting bigger, nigga. Empire getting built.
Bessie Smith is one of the founding mothers of the blues. She became known as the Empress of the Blues. Bessie was the most popular black female artist during the 1920s and 1930s. She would sell up to 100,000 copies per week. She began her career in 1923, which sold more than 780,000 copies in under 6 months. At the age of 9, she began to sing for spare change, and at the age of 16, she had audiences growing. She also had a talent for acting. She appeared in the 1929 film St. Louis Blues.
The person I chose is Maya Angelou. Maya Angelou is an African-American poet and a civil rights activist. She was very involved in the civil rights movement and used her voice to defend those who needed it. She wrote many poems and impacted the world with her words.
The person I chose to represent is Jackie Robinson. He has affected our society in a very significant way. He broke the color barrier in baseball when he first started playing for the Brooklyn Dodgers. Jackie Robinson is the first black baseball player to play in the American Major Leagues. He had opened up the door of opportunity for other African Americans in sports.
Bayard Rustin was born on March 17, 1912. He was an African American leader in social movements for civil rights, socialism, nonviolence, and gay rights. Rustin fought for many, including racial equality and workers' rights. Later, he advocated for gay rights. He was best known for his work as an advisor to Martin Luther King Jr. in the 1950s and 60s. Rustin passed away on August 24, 1987.
Today I'm going to be talking about Nella Larsen. She was a part of the Harlem Renaissance and she was an American novelist as well as a librarian and a nurse. Her talents were writing books and novels and once had allegations about plagiarism, but that didn't stop her from writing. She was the first African American woman to receive the Guggenheim Fellowship and in 1929 received the Harman Foundation Bronze Medal for Literature.
A'Lelia Walker was an American businesswoman associated with the Harlem Renaissance as a pardon of the arts who provided an intellectual forum for the Black literati of New York City during the 1920s. A'Lelia Walker became known for elaborate gatherings and expensive parties at both Dark Tower and Villa Lewaro.
Francis Claudius McKay, also known as Claudie McKay. He was a Jamaican-American writer and poet. He became a central figure in the Harlem Renaissance. He is known for his novels, essays, and poems. His most famous poem was If We Must Die, which threatened retaliation for racial prejudice and abuse. He established himself as a literary voice for social justice during the Harlem Renaissance. He was one of the first African-American poets of the Harlem Renaissance. He paved the way for Black poets to discuss the conditions and racism that they faced in their poems.
Hey, Huskies! In March, leadership will hold our interviews for our upcoming school year 2022 and 2023. Do you have what it takes to join the team? If you do, you must have a 96% attendance rate,
As well as a 3.0 GPA or higher.
We're looking for hardworking, friendly team players that are interested in making PAX a more welcoming, inclusive school.
Complete the interest form in Schoology or ask your teacher for the link.
Hey Huskies, don't forget that there is a parent conference next week on Thursday from 5:30 to 7:30, March 3rd. Please encourage your parents to sign up for a time slot. See you soon.
Make it, ring girl, make it. Make it, ring girl, make it. 해주하는 생각. What if it's just me? 영화 한 편 끝나듯이. free. Mother Russia in my cup, and my glass is fogging up. Oh yeah, hey dog, hey what's up?
Oh yeah, hey dog, hey what's up?
When the sweaty walls are banging out on glasses, family planning. Make it rain, girl, make it rain. 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 Make it rain, girl, make it rain.
Hey Huskies! We are the journalism committee from leadership.
And we're here to talk to you guys about teen abusive relationships.
Starting with the first question.
So what are some reasons that would make teens in same-sex relationships feel reluctant about reporting dating violence?
I feel like they're not comfortable coming out yet, so they like go through the abuse.
Or if they report it, like you have some people that tell same-sex relationships that they deserve it because, you know, they don't support same-sex relationships. So they'll just blame it on them.
Yeah. Where does teen dating violence mostly occur and why? So your choices are A, at school, B, in vehicles, C, at home, or D, on the internet.
I would say C, at home, because the abuser would definitely be more comfortable in their setting, their type of space where nobody's looking, and yeah.
I would say all of the above because an abuser is going to abuse you wherever. Online, in the car, at home, doesn't matter.
What can I do if I start noticing these red flags in my relationship?
Try to leave as fast as you can.
Or
Tell somebody.
But let it be known as well, because it's going to feel comfortable for the person to do it again in the next relationship.
Mm-hmm. I mean, communication.
You could also talk it out and then just like, if you feel like it's not right for you, you feel like it's not healthy, you could just like break it up.
What are some early warning signs of teen dating violence?
Definitely like jealous or possessive. I honestly think that's what it is. Obsession, definitely.
Controlling.
Yeah.
Oh, the trust.
Trust?
When there's no trust.
Rude comments about your appearance.
Communication.
Yeah, communication.
What are the different types of abuse?
Verbal, physical,
emotional,
mental.
Verbal, physical, emotional. Yeah, I think that's the.
How can you help someone who has been hurt in a dating relationship?
I think you just gotta be patient with them.
Keep an open mind because you don't know what they went through, and having a closed mind and
check on them consistently, because you know.
It could also be supportive by like talking to them and asking them like what's going on and trying like to understand them, trying to make them feel better.
Communicating with them. Yeah.
What is sexual assault?
I think sexual assault is someone just inappropriately touching you in a way you don't want to be touched.
I think sexual assault is when somebody touches you without your consent. Yeah, without your permission.
I think it could even
It's
be.
It's not even that, like, if you just, it's like, when it's a no, it's just a no.
Yeah,
or
like talking,
sexual
anything
assault.
like you don't feel comfortable with,
even,
it's just, that's what it is.
Yeah, or even when they just like force you to do something that you don't want to, like say they tell you to send them some type of picture and you don't want to, and they keep telling you, oh, do it, I'm gonna break up with you. That's also sexual assault.
Yeah,
exactly.
So true or false? Transgender females are more likely to experience physical violence and discrimination within an intimate relationship.
I feel like true because one, they may not feel comfortable being honest with their partner right off the bat, starting talking and everything, and if they don't, when it comes down to it later on, they could get physically violent because they didn't tell them.
But I feel like with that, like, I feel like it should come out in the beginning because you never know. Like, they might hurt you when they find out, or, you know. So I feel like that's a priority to tell your partner. And then if they don't care afterwards, then, you know.
Yeah.
True or false? Men are abused by their partners, as often as women.
Yeah,
True.
That's true.
Women can be abusive too.
Yeah, definitely.
Anybody could get abused.
Okay, Huskies, that was the end of our TED Talk about teen dating violence, and we hope that we helped you with any unanswered questions or questions you had.
Or any concerns that y'all had about, if you're going through it.
Advice.
And a better understanding.
And don't be afraid to speak about it.
And if you are still kind of confused or need any help, there's going to be hotline numbers at the bottom of the screen, and there's Miss Kat Springer's website on there. Go check it out. There's different numbers that you can call. Anything.
See you next time.